Hello and welcome. My name's Campbell. This is AutoDidactic channel. Hope you're having a fantastic day. And of course, AutoDidactic means to be self-educated. And in these crazy times we find ourselves, we definitely need to be self-educated, because if we're not, the only choice we have left is to believe what other people tell us. And today, I found this interesting map, and it's on davidrumsey.com, and it's, as you can see, this strange little island, and it looks to be full of old world buildings. We've got this lower bit here and this zigzag going up to this higher bit, and this is actually called Helgioland in Germany, and this drawing was done in 1890. And I don't know what that is. Could be a big doorway. So I thought we'd have a bit of a look at Helgioland and check out what it is. So, sorry, not Helga, it's Helgioland. So Helgioland is German, but it says here that it has Frisian roots, which is very interesting. If you've heard of the Orialinda book and the Frisians, and it's basically it's just an archipelago in the North Sea, part of Germany. I think it says the same islands were historically possessions of Denmark, then became the possessions of the United Kingdom until 1890, and briefly managed as a war prize from 1944 to 1952. But now they are part of Germany. And these islands, or this island, sorry, just out in the North Sea. And under history, it says in 697, Radbod, the last Frisian king, retreated to the then single island after his defeat by the Franks, or so it is written in the life of Willebord by Alken in 1231. The island was listed as the property of the Danish king Valdemar II. By 1231, the island was listed as the property of the Danish king Valdemar II, and archaeological findings from the 12th to the 14th centuries suggest that copper ore was processed on the island. There is a general understanding that the name Helgioland means Holy Land, compared to the modern Dutch and German Helig is holy. In the course of the centuries, several alternative theories have been proposed to explain the name, from a Danish king, Heligo, to a Frisian word, Halig, meaning salt marsh island. In 1911, the Encyclopedia Britannica suggests that Helgioland, that is land of the banks which cover and uncover. Oh, so there you go, a bit of the history of the name. And basically that's it. And then it just sort of goes up through the 19th century, and it's basically all wars. 1807, during the Napoleonic Wars, blah, blah, blah. They use it for naval dispatch. Then the British annexation of Helgioland was rafted by the Treaty of Paris. So it's one of these islands that's just sort of territory that's been taken over by all these different countries. And it's, it's very interesting. It's got a very interesting past, going back to the Frisians, and maybe even known as the Holy Land. And so here we have a map of Helgioland back in the day. And as you can see, it's got this big, what looks like a star city, right? A star fort up on the top. This big walkway down, and then like a village down the bottom. It also seems to have a bit more land back then, but also definitely used, by the Navy, right? Up here, the Chateau de Berg in Helgioland. Blah, blah, blah. A few interesting old maps. This is a photo of it. So this is, as you can see, it's basically all turned into big wharfs and docklands down here, used as trade and naval. And these big old world buildings right down on the shore here. And then up here you can see the old wall from the old Star City. And there's a big walkway because there's a massive height difference between the bottom here and the plateau. And you can see it here. So here we have the bottom. This is obviously an older map. This is 1855, or so they say. And as you can see down here, we've got the houses. I mean, they look like the same houses, right? Big old world buildings. And then we've got this stairway carved into the rock going up. And look at this bridge. It's got like columns. Doorway into the face of the rock here. And then up the top, all of these houses. And at this point, looks like the star fort has gone that we saw back in that earlier picture, but we've still got a nice big lighthouse, of course. But yeah, in this earlier one, we can clearly see a big wall around here. It looks like they're having a bit of a fight. Some fire going off there. But we've still got the stepway going up. This is obviously a watercolor painting. So Helgioland, let's have a look at a few pictures. And this is Helgioland today. As you can see, just a massive cliff. And what do we have down here? They look like man-made shorelines, don't they? Around the bottom there. Very interesting. As you can see, this is all commercial, basically. Telecommunications towers. Very nice and green. And just this massive plateau. Oh, and there's some more wall. This big plateau at the top. So pretty interesting place. Can't really get in to see what the buildings are. Most of them, they do look like the old world buildings, the old world houses you see around. And then out here, this is the other island, which in that earlier picture, we saw that was connected still. And again, man-made walls in the ocean everywhere. Pretty cool. Now this is it back in the day. These are old postcards. So you can see that we've got street lights here and just a complete old world town out on this island. Again, pretty much unchanged really to what we see today. Here's the steps going up, houses everywhere. I mean, so when was this settled? We didn't get much history on it really. It's not a lot that I could find on it, but look at this, just big old world, Tartarian buildings, lampposts. They've got all the features, all the spires going up everywhere. But how did they get all this stuff out there to build it? This is because this is in the 1800s, right? It was already completed, so this had to have been built. We know it's probably older, but at least the 1700s. How are they getting all this brick? Because these are brick buildings. How are they getting all the bricks and masonry out to Helgioland? And here's an actual photo. Pretty hard to find photos. As you can see, the old world wall here with the arches in it. This interesting thing. I don't know what that is. Probably has an interesting history though. And then just, yeah, old world buildings everywhere in this old world wall. And again, back in the day. And at this point, we've still got a huge cathedral up here, but the rest of the star fort's gone. But all the houses we've still got going in this zigzag with all the columns in there, the arches dug into the, well, was it built? I'm not sure. Was it dug in? And it's almost the same picture, just in colour. Just interesting. I mean, look at the formation here. Just bizarre, just a big plateau just out in the North Sea. And I've never heard of this place before. Helgioland. Here's that original picture. So there you go, just a quick short video. I just found this and thought it was really interesting. Look, I mean, it's basically an old Tartarian village out on a plateau in the middle of the North Sea. And it says probably used to be Frisian. At least a Frisian king fled there. And it may mean Holy Land. Not sure. But I'm sure there's a very interesting story to go along with this. So I might have to do a bit more digging. So there you go, guys. I hope you liked that one. Just a quick one on Helgioland. This interesting plateau just out in the middle of nowhere, just jutting out of the sea, but covered in old world architecture. All right, there you go, guys. Thanks for spending some time with me. Have an awesome day, and I'll talk to you all on the next upload. Bye for now.